What's going on, dudes and dudettes? I am the mystical Green Beanie. And first things first, I want to apologize for not having this video up a little earlier. I made a review before, but I was not pleased with the audio, and I don't want to rush anything out to you guys, because you guys deserve better than that. Second, before I even get into this review, I want to let you know that while this won't be spoilery as fuck, there will be some spoils in this review. So if you want to walk into the theater wearing a chastity belt, pause, favorite, or watch this video later. Okay? Cool. Anyways, on to our regularly scheduled programming. Alright, so the Deadpool movie has finally come out. And it's fucking abysmal. It's the worst movie ever. They should have kept his mouth sewn shut. Such a better design anyways. So pivotal. And for those of you who can't comprehend sarcasm, I'll just say that I love the movie. Now, there were some things here and there that buzzed me the wrong way, but they're not all that damning, and they don't really take away from the movie on a large scale, but I'll get into that later. Because this, my fellow nerds, is a best of, worst of review. And it's for Deadpool. Obviously. Alright, let's start this review, and we're gonna start off with the best of. And first, I gotta mention this. Bob. Hydra Bob was in this movie. I didn't think they'd have him here since, you know, the whole Hydra organization is owned by Disney Marvel, but he's here, and that really hit me in a place because I wasn't expecting that. It's old school Deadpool, and I loved it, and I think I screamed when I saw him in theaters. I said, Hydra Bob, he's there! Holy crap, Hydra Bob! So yeah, that was awesome. The second thing I want to bring up is the balance between the humor and the drama. It was done masterfully, in my opinion, because the humor is there, and it's not holding back at all. It's straight up Deadpool humor. He breaks the fourth wall, and he's very meta, and I loved all that stuff, but there are moments where he doesn't joke, and it doesn't take you out of the experience at all. It actually heightens it, and it makes you feel for Wade Wilson as a character way more, in my opinion. Alright, and here's another thing that I want to bring up, and it's the costuming. First off, the X-Men of the movie universe have officially begun to rock black and yellow. Dude! That's like the Grant Morrison X-Men costumes colors. That's the, oh crap, the New Mutants. That's the New Mutants costumes. Dude, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead was wearing that. Dude, that is so cool. Like, I know I really shouldn't be excited for that because we should have had that all along. But still, I'm a kid from, like, 1999 with, like, the black leather and all that with the X-Men movies. Like, this, like, seeing this really hit me in a place. Also, the Deadpool costume. That's just what it is, and I love it. Like, even the eyes emote. Does it make sense? Hell no! But that's the way the character's drawn in the comics, so that's how it's played here. And just to piggyback off that, this movie just does comic book stuff. Because unlike a lot of comic book movies today, this doesn't feel the need to legitimize itself. It doesn't feel the need to ground itself in any sort of reality. This movie just kind of goes for it. And at the end of the day, I felt like I was watching a Deadpool motion comic, but with actors. And it was live action. And another thing that I really enjoyed was the love story. Because unlike most comic book movies, and hell, not just comic book movies, but movies in general, this love story felt real. It felt genuine. It felt like a living, breathing relationship. And I feel like that especially needs to be addressed because we don't have too many of those in movies these days, and when we do get them, they're actually done pretty terribly. And here's a little jewel that I caught on to in my second viewing of the movie, and I really want to bring it up here. The final battle is on a helicarrier. A helicarrier. I was not expecting that. I mean, like, a helicarrier. Now, it's a little different from the MCU helicarriers. You know, this one looks a little more like the old school helicarriers from the old comics. But still, it's a fucking helicarrier. That's insane. I was not expecting that at all. Dude, we live in exciting times, man. And I really do hope that Fox doesn't get in trouble for that. Like, because, you know, the whole Disney Marvel thing and the Fox Marvel thing. I really hope that Deadpool does not get in trouble for that, but I really appreciated that in theaters. And finally, this was just a great palate cleanser, and I'm really glad that we started the year off with this movie because this isn't a superhero movie. It's an anti-hero movie. And yes, there is a difference, because Dude, aside from the Suicide Squad, which is another anti-hero movie coming out this year, we're getting Batman vs. Superman, X-Men Apocalypse, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Straight Out of the Shadows, or whatever, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Gambit, I think. Is that still happening? Regardless, we're getting a shit ton of superhero movies, and it's just great to start off the year with an anti-hero movie. So, while that's not all the stuff I loved about this film, those are the things that stood out to me personally. However, with that said, there are some issues I took with this movie, much like I would any other film. So let's get into the worst of. And, yeah, the only thing that I can definitively say I didn't like about this film was the pop culture references. I feel like in 15 or 20 years when I show my 7-year-old kid this film, they're not gonna know what Twitter is. It's probably gonna go the way of MySpace. Jared Fogle... Actually, I'm still surprised people remember who he is. I sure as hell forget sometimes. But, yeah, I feel like things like that are going to date this movie a little bit. Thankfully, there's not a lot of that here, but when I heard them in the theater, I did kind of say to myself, well, this movie solidified in 2016. Also, if you watch the trailers, you've kind of already seen the entire film. Now, to be fair, it's a pretty straightforward movie, but still, the trailers are beat for beat this movie. All in all, though, this was just a great time at the movies. I had a blast. The Deadpool fan inside me was freaking out. And, dude, I don't know, man. Like, the last movie I reviewed on this channel was Fantastic Four. The Fantastic fucking Four. Another Fox Studios movie. And if you've seen my review of that film, you know that I don't like it a lot. I actually think it's pretty offensive. But then Fox turns around and makes this. Huh. So this is what it feels like to be in an abusive relationship. Anyways, have you seen the movie yet? Do you plan on seeing the movie yet? Seriously, have you not seen the movie yet? If you haven't, what's wrong with you? Go see it. Stop what you're doing right now and just go watch it. It's awesome. Seriously. Go. But if you have seen the movie, do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down below in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, share, support the channel, and if you want to see more content like this, all you gotta do is subscribe. I am the mystical Green Beanie, and as always, until next time, adios nachos, adios.